Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today, and today I want to talk about a quote that I wrote on my Instagram page yesterday, but then also an email I received from a new subscriber who shared some of their story. I won't share their personal story here because the reason why they wrote me was because it was too personal to share on an online forum such as the comments section, but what really stuck with me was how the universe has a way of opening up our hearts to this journey. So, the quote that I wrote on my page was, "If you can dream it, you can receive it." Because I know there's quotes out there that say, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. But what people tend to not get is that the energy and the emotion of your dream is equally, if not more important than the action that you take. Yes, it is important to take inspired action, but if you're going to be taking action, but in your mind you have that little voice going, it's probably not going to work, is it? Nah, I don't think this is for you. I think you're wasting your time here. Then it's not going to come and it's not going to be, received, because those kind of thoughts keep everything on pause. And so it is important to be receptive, which ties in with this letter that I got, email that I received from this new subscriber, is they weren't open to receiving my messages before, and they even kind of admitted that when a video of mine would pop up, they kind of roll their eyes and go, oh, well, whatever. But then they felt compelled by the universe to listen to one of my most recent messages, and it struck a chord with them when I mentioned something that was a synchronicity for them, and it took them right back to their childhood. As I said, I don't want to go into too much detail because this person specifically wanted to stay anonymous and have their situation remain private, which is why they contacted me. But I just thought it was such a lovely message to hear that the universe has ways of opening up our hearts to being receptive. And I did say to this person that your story isn't finished. Even though things are going a bit pear-shaped at the moment and your story isn't the way that you want it, it definitely isn't finished. Like my story, I've managed to rewrite it so many times that I've actually astonished myself. At one point I was blocked, now I'm no longer blocked. At one point there was no contact, now we have contact. At one point I didn't even know if he still cared for me, now I know for a fact that he cares for me. At one point I didn't know if he even remembered anything about us, and he confirmed that he remembers everything about us. So you can rewrite your story just as I've done. Anytime I've come across anything that I didn't like about our connection, I would rewrite it. If once I thought we had difficult communication, I would say, no, we have easy communication. We have communication that speaks from the heart. We have no fears about expressing ourselves. We have trust in each other that we can be vulnerable. And that is actually what happens. But what we must remember is when we rewrite our story, the dominant emotion will always be the one that lingers and reflects your reality. So it's not going to happen overnight. It took me a while to change everything about our dynamic because I had a story that I once believed. If you believe that you've had terrible communication for over a year, it's going to take you at least a few months, if not longer, to rewrite and get rid of the old beliefs and uncreate that story to recreate a new one. But I stayed faithful in my heart, and I kept saying over and over again, I know for a fact he's going to get back to me any day now. I know for a fact we're going to communicate from the heart any day now. I know for a fact that we are in a relationship because on the higher planes we are already married. We are already each other's person. We are eternally connected at the heart. And slowly but surely, as the old beliefs die off and the new beliefs take root and grow and become trees of strength and power, then the manifestations start to filter through into the physical plane. It's astonishing the magic that you have in your energy body. And when you are certain, when you are absolutely sure in your heart and soul that you will achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve, you will. I've always achieved my greatest heart's desires. Some fleeting desires I haven't achieved because I didn't invest enough in it, because I knew that it was a bit stupid. So they don't really matter. But my greatest heart's desires I have achieved. I've achieved moving to where I want to move. I've achieved getting my own business. I've achieved finding the love of my life. I have really achieved so much. And it's because I have faith and certainty. But most of all, I have faith that I can rewrite my story. Just because something has to be one thing one day does not mean it needs to be like that forever. You may not be able to change everything in one day, but you will change it as soon as your beliefs switch over to your new creation. So have faith in yourself. Have faith in the universe. And whoever you believe in, your spiritual guidance, your angels, God, whoever, have faith that your heart's desires is what they want to see you achieve too. And you will. It may take some time. And also, let's not forget, on this journey, lessons need to be learned. Sadly, for many of us, how frustrating it can be that a third party needs to swoop in and teach them a lesson that we can't. It's frustrating, but this is the analogy that I give many of my clients, and it has given them some sort of strength to build from. And that is that you are too kind. You are not able to hurt them in the way that they need to be sometimes, to learn the lessons that they need to learn. The karmic person is there to chip away the biggest and most difficult things about them, to then have them be sculpted more towards the energy that you need in your life. And only once they've had chipped away majority of the energies that no longer suit, will they be back, and will they be able to be the person that you deserve, and they know you deserve. So have faith. And whether it's a third-party person or a situation that causes you not to be together right now, know that they are learning the lessons, and that whatever needs chipping away is being chipped away from them. Just as you are being molded and being elevated into the energy that you need to be the best version of yourself. Because this connection is unlike any other. And we cannot be just a mediocre version. We want to be our best. This is the promise that we made to each other. And sadly, this is why we have to go through this parting ways, although I know that that's an illusion, because all throughout this time, even when I didn't have contact, I felt them energetically in my heart. This is why I couldn't let go. This is why when the times I did let go and I was completely just fed up and said, I'm done. I'm going to go look for someone else or whatever. Not even look. I'm just going to focus on myself. And if someone else comes along, great, because I deserve better than whatever nonsense this is. Then, of course, you are opening up the universe to giving you better. When I did that before, when it was a false twin, I actually permanently got rid of him out of my life. But then my actual true twin came in. But now, whenever I do that with my true twin, if I'm ever fed up, I'll release him the same way that I did with the false one, but I will get an upgraded version of him coming back to me. I've not had him replaced by anyone because he's my person. And he knows that he needs to do better, and I know that for other things I need to do better. But I always get an upgraded version of him coming back to me. Until one day when he's back properly, he is back for good, and he is the person that I'll end up marrying because he'll be just absolutely perfectly aligned with who we promised to be for each other. So I hope that helps anyone that was drawn to this video. I'm also offering a Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale that started already. If you're interested, you can get up to 40% off readings and 33% off the other services. All the details are in the description. And you have until the end of the month to purchase these, but you can use them at a later date should you want to do that. So yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.